I hope your understanding of an object-oriented programming language is clear now. And I also hope that you have noted some of the important differences between an object-oriented programming language and a structured programming language. Now, let's move on to the next section, Java Language Fundamentals. Identifiers and literals. What is an identifier and what is a literal? Let's have a quick look at the previous example to understand what they are. Here in this example of car, int gear refers to the identifier, that is, gear is an identifier. And literal refers to the value that an identifier can hold. For example, if I say int gear is equal to 0, 0 refers to the literal and gear refers to the identifier. An identifier name must begin with a letter, a $sign, or an underscore character. Subsequent characters may be letters, dollar, or underscore, or a digit. Classes, methods, and variables cannot have Java keywords as identifier names. True, false, and null are literals, not Java keywords, but they cannot be used as identifiers as well. Const and goto are reserved keywords of Java, but not used, therefore cannot be used as identifiers or literals. Primitive data types and variables. Java provides you with 8 different data types, as you can see here, much similar to what languages such as C and C++ provide. Here is a table which provides you with the type of the variable, size, base type, signed or unsigned, initial or default value, minimum and maximum values. Boolean occupies 1 bit, byte occupies 8 bits, short occupies 16 bits, character also 16 bits, integer occupies 32 bits, long occupies 64 bits, float 32 bits, and double 64 bits. And here are the default values, that is, in case we do not initialize these values or these data types, they are automatically defaulted to these given values here. Now let's see an example which prints you the values of the primitive types, that is the default initial values of these primitive types. In this example, we have declared all the 8 primitive types, as you see here, but none of them have been assigned to any values. That implies that they need to be assigned their respective initial values or default values. Now here at line number 11 we have created an object for this class, and then from line number 12 we have started printing the primitive type. The output that you see here would be similar to what you are seeing here in the slide. The values printed would be something similar to the values that you see here. I would suggest you to pause here for some time and practically execute these 2 examples from your Java Virtual Guru. Primitive data types and variables. Variables are of 2 types, member and automatic. Member variables are those which are declared as a part of a class, whereas automatic variables are declared as a part of a method or a block, and their scope is confined to the same block. If you refer to the previous example, here you see the variables declared from line number 2 are all called as member variables. They are directly declared under the scope of the class. Now let's look at how to declare automatic variables. Now if you refer to the previous example, that is example reference number 1.2.1, in this example we have declared variables inside the main method. Such a declaration of variables is considered as automatic variables. Member variables. Member variables are accessible anywhere in the same class. Member variables get initialized before invoking their constructors. They are initialized to their default values or the assigned values. Static variables are initialized at their class load time. The member variables can have the same name of that of their class. Automatic variables. Automatic variables must be initialized before use. That is, if you declare an automatic variable and not assign a value to the same and further try to use the variable, it would result in a compilation error. Please note that automatic variables are not assigned to default or initial values.